I hope your day is full of backpacks and lunch pails and recess and social studies and English. It's an elementary school intro. Guys, what's up? It is I, Shank, reporting live for another episode of Shank. Today's guest is the one, the only comedian, Gabby Lamb. But before we get into this week's episode of Shank with Gabby Lamb, there's just a few things I want to tell you about. One, I am coming to Austin, Texas. That's right. I will be there October 14th through October 28th, performing at the Comedy Mothership. Get tickets to see me live. I post all my dates at Princess Shank on Instagram. And then Kim Congdon and I are coming to the Comedy Loft in DC in November. That's going to be so fun. We have 5 shows, so come out. Really excited about those as well. And then bonus content, as always, is on patreon.com/Sara Weinshenk. You get behind the scenes photos, thirst traps, all of the things you could ever want and more for just $5 a month. Before we get into this week's episode of Shank with Gabby Lamb, there's just one thing I want to tell you about, and that's Oooh Yeah socks. Oh yeah, if you're like me, you go through the war. Your feet carry you through everything. They carry you through the good times and the bad times. And there's only one way to reward those feet of yours, and that's with Oooh Yeah socks. Shop ooohyeah.com. That's 3 O's, HYEAH.com. Discount code Sara, SARA 10 for 10% off unique sock designs. Whether you're into alligator slippers or flamingo socks, there's something for everyone on your list this holiday season. So make sure to shop Oooh Yeah. It's a great way to support the show. And you can find me here every Wednesday on Shank and every Monday on this bitch. And let's do it. Let's get into this week's episode of Shank with the one, the only Gabby Lamb. Guys, here it is. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Shank. I'm Sara Weinshenk, and today's guest is the one, the only comedian, Gabby Lamb.
It's so nice to be back.
It's so nice. I missed you.
I know, I missed you. I love.
Is this a new piercing?
No, I've had it. I just usually have the
You had a lip ring and
I had
you
a
took it
hoop,
out.
and I replaced it for this, and now I'm regretting it.
Why?
I like the hoop. I thought, you know what? Let's just like subdue it a little bit. Let's just take it down
Be a
a
little
notch.
tasteful.
Yeah, exactly. Let's be a little classier looking. And then I realized, you know what? It's maybe not the ring that's doing that.
You know,
It's everything.
so you miss it. You're going to go back to it?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to it.
You're going to take this one out? Or you're going to leave that one and have the ring?
No. This is the same piercing. Just replace it with the hoop.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
same piercing.
It's the same piercing. It's
Got
just,
it.
you know, it's like changing it out for an earring.
I got it.
Right.
I got it. So what else is going on in the Gabby universe?
Girl, I haven't eaten today. I forgot to eat. I'm over-caffeinated. I'm feeling really like, you know, jumpy.
It's great.
So if my energy's off, it's because I'm fucking starved. I ordered food right before I came here, and then I realized that I was like, oh, fuck, I gotta go. But I had to wait for the food to be delivered,
So did you eat it?
No, it's
What'd
in
you
my
order?
fridge. It's like a rice bowl.
A rice bowl.
Yeah.
Do you order food out a lot?
Yeah, because I don't know how to cook.
It really makes me feel like when I look at how much I spend on Postmates.
So bad.
It's so bad.
It's where all of my money goes.
And then it's like,
All of
it's
my
not
money.
even that good sometimes.
It's not.
I'm like, I need a fancy ramen.
It's never good.
No.
But I will say, whatever I order off of any app is far better than my atrocious cooking. What I make is inedible.
Okay, paint me a picture.
Paint you a picture? Let's see. Anything that has no color. That's what I can make.
What do you mean no color?
So-
Like rice
So we're talking microwavable rice because I don't even know how to make rice
on the stove?
on a stove. Okay, so we're doing like Trader Joe's plastic.
Oh, we gotta
wrap.
have a cooking show.
Yeah, you know, we could, but
We
it's not going to
should.
be good.
No, I know. That's why we need it.
Yeah.
What else could you attempt?
Eggs.
Eggs are great. Scrambled? Do you fuck those up?
I do. And I'm going to tell you what, the eggs I make, never good.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'll do things where I'll like make myself a breakfast sandwich. You know, I'll do like eggs, cheese, sourdough.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Sounds great.
Yeah. It's not good.
Inedible.
But why?
I truly wish I could answer that question.
Does your boyfriend cook?
Yeah.
Is he
Thank
good?
God. Yeah. He can cook. But you know how Do you know how it feels to be a woman who cannot show up
In the kitchen?
at all? Like not even
During the trad wife movement?
during the trad wife movement. I can't even fucking cook a damn chicken, bitch. If I tried, I know we talked about this last time I was here about your ex being like, do something nice with this.
Yeah.
Again, wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, no.
Into my fucking head. Me. I'm not doing it. I cannot do it.
But I feel like maybe you just have to like commit to the experience of learning. Because you can do makeup really well. That's a special skill. Has it not translated into cooking?
Because I'm interested in doing my makeup.
Right.
When it's that thing, it's like the cognitive dissonance. I don't even know if that's the right thing to say with this.
I don't know, but it really was working. And I was like, okay, we're sounding smart. We're saying cognitive dissonance. Just yes and her. This is good.
Thank you. Yeah.
The cognitive dissonance.
Don't even know what dissonance means, sweetie. Absolutely. It's giving women in STEM.
Yes.
No, dude, I couldn't even. Wait, what were we? It was I'm not interested in it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Because I don't have any kind of thing that's like, okay.
Okay, but then I always have this fantasy of like when I'm in my adult house, which I am 37. So I don't know when the adult house is coming.
It's coming. In LA, you don't get a house till you're
60?
73.
Right. And then I'm in assisted living a week later. Once I get my adult house, I enjoy it for a week and then bye. Mommy's going to scoot out on her walker now and go hang out with her friends down at, the Oakdale Estates or whatever it's called.
Yeah, and there'll be some little nurse feeding you applesauce.
And I'm like, I just learned how to make this last week.
Yeah, and she'll say, get back to your room, sweetie.
Yeah.
It's bedtime. Yeah.
Dude, assisted living seems kind of nice.
You're an only child.
No, I have a sister.
You have a sister?
Yeah, but I identify as an only child.
Okay, yeah. And I get that.
Are you an only child?
I have 2 half-brothers.
Okay.
But I'm my mom's only child. So that means I have to, I do this thing all the time where I'm like, what? I'm going to have to be the one who makes all the choices for this bitch.
For your mom.
For my mom. Like, I don't have a sibling to consult when it comes to, like, taking care of her when she gets, like, old.
Yeah.
And, like, incontinent.
Yeah.
What do I do with her? Where do you put? I can't even think about it. I know. My mom's so fucking old already. I'm like, oh, God damn, what am I gonna do?
You're gonna move her in
to my apartment with my roommates. Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do with her. That's so mean to say about your mom. I don't. Unless she like can take care of herself until the end.
Nobody tells you about this shit.
How? They don't. Nobody tells you shit.
You just get born into chaos, and then you're supposed to just evolve and adapt and be like, oh, it's fine. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. And now I understand why I'm like so against people having more than 2 children because I think it's a waste.
More than 2 children's a lot.
It's a lot. It doesn't need to happen. And if you do it, there's something so fucking wrong with you. But I'm going to tell you this. I do understand why people have so many because it's like at least you'll have like a family to make the decisions when the parents get too old. And like you never know.
Like you have the first one, maybe it's a dud.
I was thinking about this today, bitch. I was like
the first one you just don't connect with.
Right.
And then you go, fuck. Then
what if it's ugly? So at least if you have a handful of them.
it's ugly?
You know.
But are you in denial? Because it's like
your own child.
It's beautiful,
right?
It has my father's eyes and my lover's lips. Do you know what I mean?
Not the lover. So it's like a mutt. You know how like cats can get pregnant from like several different fathers.
Yeah.
So it's like that. It's like a mix of different men.
That's
so beautiful.
Like if you have it and you don't feel connected to it, do you have another, or do you say fuck it?
Such a good question. I don't know.
What if you're pregnant with twins
and you don't like one of them or you don't like both?
I don't know. What if they're identical and they're both ugly?
What do you do?
You got 2 ugly kids that look exactly the same. It was like The Shining, dude.
Well, yeah, it is. What are you going to do?
Twins.
What do you do?
They're in the hall waking you up, asking for a snack. They're the ugliest
scream
twins
every
ever
night
seen.
because you're not used to how diabolical your
the
children
twins
look.
are.
Yeah. What do you do?
I think you You lie to yourself.
You do.
You pick up crochet.
Yeah. And you go, and you make sure
They're
that
smart.
they get really well educated. Because here's the thing. If they're hot, you go, you know what? They'll be fine. But when they're ugly, you go, we got to get them into piano. We got to get them into sports.
Yeah, you
they
gotta
have
be
to
a
learn other
tiger mom.
languages. Yeah. You make sure that they are so well-rounded.
They are hooked on phonics.
Absolutely.
Hooked on phonics instead of cocaine.
Absolutely. But then you have to get them hooked on cocaine so they can perform all of those things.
Right.
So you put them on Ritalin.
And then you have a drug-addicted child.
Ugly child. But at least they're getting into Princeton, sweetie. But at least they're getting into Princeton.
Who's paying for Princeton? Scholarship?
Such a good question.
Who's paying for Princeton?
Such a good question. It's like the only kids that get into those fucking schools are the rich ones, unless they are so excellent in school.
But it's so, okay, say they're so excellent in school. They're genius.
Yeah.
But like, what's wrong with them socially? Because there's got to be something.
Everything's wrong with them socially. But fuck can they read? Fuck can they read and write, you know?
I'm kind of into that.
Oh, me too.
I want to have a young paralegal.
Absolutely. How young we talking? 7?
You're 12, bitch. You're going to paralegal school. It's time for you to. You're a notary.
I know that's right.
You're a notary now
be a
at
great
7.
Great mom. That's right. You're a notary at 7.
Yeah, I need this notarized.
Yeah.
Jenna!
Go. Yeah. Go.
She's 7.
Yeah.
I'll let you watch TV after you notarize this for mommy.
Yeah. And her eyes are like going in different directions. Yeah. She has 3 legs.
No.
But goddamn, can she notarize?
She can notarize better than any 7-year-old out there, dude.
Absolutely.
We were talking about FOMO.
We were talking about FOMO. You just got back from Skankfest. I got
dead.
rejected from Skankfest. We love to see it.
Dude.
We'll never know.
It was
bad.
It was a marathon.
Was it a marathon?
It was a social marathon. I felt depleted. I felt old.
5 days in Vegas is
It was
a
the
nightmare.
first year that I was like, oh, I'm old.
Yeah. Yeah. Why did it feel like that?
Because when I'm here, like I'll drink occasionally, but there I was like, oh, I guess we're drinking. Like we're drinking, we're hanging out, we're smoking, we're doing everything, you know? And 5 days of that is just not sustainable. I left my immune system in the casino of the Golden Nugget, okay? I'll tell you that, sweetie. I left my immune system at the slot machine at the Golden Nugget.
Not the Golden
Nugget. I went to Skankfest Vegas and all I got was a sinus infection and back pain.
Now put that on a fucking shirt.
Yeah.
Now put that on a fucking
Print
shirt.
it.
Yeah. Wow.
It was wild. It's just wild. It's so much stimulation and it's
too much.
It's
I
like
can't imagine.
sensory overload.
Yeah.
It's so fun and it's so nice to like meet people who actually listen to the shit that you're doing. But then like
I bet you have some diehards there for you.
it's crazy. But then after like 3 days of it, like I would go to the bathroom for alone time. I was sitting on the toilet and I was like, so nice to have some peace and quiet. I felt like a single mom in there.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
I was like, I just need some alone time. I'm just gonna go to the
with
bathroom.
the kids like clawing at the door.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's what it felt like. Just because the green rooms are packed with comics. And it's fun because you get to see all the comics that you haven't seen, like New York comics, Austin comics, like from everywhere. So that's fun. But then like day 5 of that.
It's too much. Good. Oh, okay.
Just a little firmware, you know,
Just some
a
firmware.
little break for firmware.
It's just North Korea. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, dude. Because I'm at the comedy store for 2 hours, and I'm like, I'm drained.
How many days a week are you at the comedy store?
Fucking once, maybe.
That's about all I can do.
Yeah, it's
in
a
my
lot.
20s, I'd be there every day.
Every night. I go every.
I was a shell of a woman.
Yeah.
I was like the energy had been sucked out of me.
Absolutely.
Because it's not sustainable when you're fucking 37 and you're like, I would like to eventually be on a normal sleep schedule, and that's just never going to happen.
It's true.
Circadian rhythm, who, bitch?
I know.
You're not going to get on a circadian rhythm if you're in comedy.
If you're at you're not.
You just can't. It's
why
impossible.
It is impossible. And it's like when I, was before I got sober, the only way I could be at the comedy store every night was railing coke in the bathrooms.
Yeah.
Like that was how I did it.
It's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable.
Turns out it's not sustainable.
Turns out couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And that's why I had to get sober.
Yeah.
Because when you're snorting lines every night
at the store,
at the damn store,
the walls start talking to you, and they're haunted.
And they are haunted.
They are haunted.
They are
well.
actually quite literally haunted walls.
They really are.
Yeah, that place is fucking wild.
My favorite part is like when you bring people to the store who aren't comics, and you're like walking through the kitchen, and they're like, "What's happening?"
Yeah, isn't it funny?
Yeah, they're like, "This is weird."
It's such a bizarre place.
It is, and the characters are so amplified.
Yeah, they are.
Like, how do I explain Don Barris to my friend who's an accountant? He's with his twisted ass mustache. He's like asking people if they like to fuck at like 1 a.m. in the OR. And I'm like, "What's up, Don?" My normal friends are like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's my buddy."
Yeah. And you're like, "Well, no, I'm not."
I'm
but like,
obviously
yeah.
not. Yeah, I'm in a clown circus.
Yeah, it's a clown circus. How do you describe the guy that's always dressed as Jesus? Not the one who died. Then there was one who died, and then there's another one.
The one who died, I was friends with Kevin.
It was Kevin.
Kevin Light.
So Kevin died, but then there's another Jesus. After he died, somebody stepped right in.
But does he wear the robes like Jesus, or does he look? Does he wear a lot of ragged clothes? I haven't seen the sub Jesus yet.
Okay, well then if you're there all the time, then maybe I'm hallucinating.
Well, no, I'm not there all the time. I'm there once a week. So there's a chance I missed this new Jesus.
There's a chance you've missed the new Jesus.
Imagine like fake Hollywood Jesus dies, and then you're like, finally, it's my time.
Yeah, finally, it's my time to shine. Do you think?
It's like you're an
new
heir
Jesus,
to the throne.
Yeah.
Was friends with old Jesus?
Or did he murk old Jesus so he could take the throne?
I
It's
could
very
see
like
that.
Scar and Mufasa.
It is very that, and I could see that because it's the mental illness runs so deep.
It runs so deep.
Like, I went for a walk with Hollywood Jesus, and I just pushed him off a bridge, and now I am the new Jesus.
Of the store.
It's like Succession.
I never watched it.
Oh, you didn't?
Never did.
What have you been watching?
So glad you asked.
The Mormon Housewives?
Well, we've got that. And we've got the Menendez Brothers show.
Oh, I can't with that. Too heavy, too dark.
It's so haunting. In fact, as soon as I leave here, I'm going home to
eat your rice bowl and finish it.
To eat my rice bowl. No, I already finished it. Ripped through that one, sweetie.
Okay.
The documentary came out today.
The
Menendez Brothers.
Wow,
Yeah.
say that 5 times fast. Say that once. I can't.
Once I can't.
The Menendez brothers.
Yeah. The documentary came out today.
So before it was the scripted series. Yeah, no, I can't watch that. It's too dark.
Really dark.
About them getting sexually abused and then killing their parents.
About them annihilating their parents after being just fucking abused.
And then Kim K enters the chat and she's like, "Let's free these brothers."
So we've got that. Yeah, we've got that going on now.
And I'm kind of like proud of her. I got to be honest.
A little fly.
Yeah, there is a little fly. That is a little. Nothing will make you feel more dirty than a fly circling you.
I literally put on like my most expensive fucking Byredo perfume.
That is expensive.
Disgusting.
And a fly comes and circles you.
Literally, how embarrassing.
Which perfume is it?
I don't know which one it is. I forgot. It's like vanilla something.
Oh my! When I was in Vegas, like the first night, I stayed at this nice hotel that my friend was staying at. Before I went to the Nugget, before I downgraded to the Nugget.
Is the Nugget a hotel?
Yeah, the Golden Nugget.
The Golden Nugget
is a hotel.
Was it like
it's as beautiful as it sounds? It's in downtown Vegas. It's gorgeous. I accidentally signed up for a timeshare there once. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. There's a Chick-fil-A there.
Stop.
That's what we're dealing with.
Stop.
Yes. So before I downgraded to the Nugget, my friend was working on Kill Tony. She's one of the producers. And she had to be at the show early. And I forgot my shampoo, which for me, I'm really weird about my shampoo and conditioner.
Why is that?
I can't just go on the road and use a generic.
I get that.
Shampoo and conditioner from the Golden Nugget. My hair will be
singe off.
Wrecked.
Yeah, it'll
I can't just use a Golden Nugget conditioner.
No, you can't.
I don't mean to be a snob, but
because
it's got to be paraffin free at least.
It has to be. And you know that their conditioner is pure cum.
Yeah,
so
the
you
Golden
can't.
Nugget conditioners.
Absolutely.
You get pregnant
it's
from
piss
it.
and cum. And yeah, exactly. You get pregnant from it.
That's how I have deformed twins.
Yeah.
From the Golden Nugget conditioner.
Yeah.
Turkey basted up there.
Yeah.
Too far.
No, not far enough.
So she's getting ready for Kill Tony, and they have that brand that you just said. What is it?
Cum?
No, burrito. Not burrito.
Oh, Byredo.
Byredo. It's BYREDO.
Yeah.
It's expensive. It smells good.
It's so expensive.
They have that shampoo and conditioner in the hotel. So my Clever ass.
Wow.
Starts
Look
taking
at
water
you.
bottles. I'm filling them up.
So smart.
I'm filling up. I'm resourceful. I learned how to live off the land.
What was that? What was the fucking hotel?
It was Resorts World.
Yeah, you learned how to live off the land.
I learned how to live off the land.
Yeah.
I could survive in an apocalypse.
You could for sure survive in an apocalypse. You've got to figure it out.
I haven't figured out. Do you think you could homeschool your kids?
That's so funny that you asked that. I was talking about this yesterday.
You were?
Yeah, with my friend who has a baby.
Well, all the moms are talking about homeschooling.
Yeah. I wouldn't. No.
I would like to watch you homeschool your kid.
There's fucking no way. There's no fucking way. It's just, and for a lot of reasons, mostly
Homeschooled kids come out weird.
and they like have programs where it's like you go and socialize them with other homeschooled kids, which is like even weirder. It's like, fine, whatever, if that's like what you're into. I'm not into it because, first of all, girl, I can barely do math. Like, I'm not doing it. I think that the public education system is fucked.
Right.
And whack as shit.
Yeah.
And a bunch of kids fall through the cracks of it.
Yeah.
Me being one of them. But I still think that the public education system would do a better job than me.
Well, but because there has to be an element of, like, a subtle element of narcissism to think that you, who's not an educator, right, can,
Who barely
on a
graduated
whim,
high school.
on a whim,
Yeah.
is just going to teach your kids everything that they need to know.
Yeah, it's just.
I barely got educated with teachers who were, like, specialized in the subjects.
Absolutely. So what, and the problem, okay, it's like, you want to get into it, it's like the problem is that they're overcrowded classrooms, one teacher, there's too many different types of like learners, blah, blah, blah. We don't focus enough on like how kids learn, and we just kind of do the thing of like making sure that they're just like a bunch of information is just dumped on them. And if they don't understand it, well, then fuck them, they can fuck off. That being said, I do think, the education system needs to be like completely uprooted and like redone.
Yeah. Like,
But-
teach them how to do taxes.
Teach them how to fucking do damn anything. Like,
I was going to say balance a checkbook, but that's so 1992 of me.
so 92.
It's like, teach them how to download Zelle.
Teach them how to download Zelle.
They'll
Teach
figure it
them
out.
what, like,
Teach them how to download OnlyFans.
teach them that. Teach them, like, what credit means. You got me fucked up if I even understand that. But, like, it's like enough with ancient Egypt, enough with the periodic table of elements. Like, we get it.
Ancient Egypt.
How many years?
So many. I'm like, I don't give a fuck how pharaohs are wrapped up in their tombs.
It's like,
how about that?
hey, guess what? It's interesting, but, like, that is not a skill that I'm going to need to survive in the world.
Yeah, like, I really need to know about how Egyptians worshipped cats.
Give us a mixture of all things,
Teach me how to grow a garden so I can survive
That's right.
during the apocalypse.
And see, this is the other thing, though, that now people are, and this is where we go back into the trad wife thing,
Yes.
right? I know. So,
it always comes back to the trad wives.
Back to trad wives.
I just want a sourdough starter and a little land for my chickens.
See, and it's like you put your kid, I want to teach my kids how to live off the land. It is important. They should. But also, they do need to be properly educated. Again, public education system, dog shit. But that proper education is not coming from my ass, sweetie. I'll tell you that. Ain't no way.
But the parents that think that they're killing it with the homeschooling, that makes me nervous too.
Here's
Because
what I'm
I've seen some of these moms. They're like, what we're doing is we're learning about agriculture. We're growing our own little garden.
It's pretty bad.
Indigo's in the backyard.
Of course, it's indigo, yeah.
Her feet are in the mud. She's grounding.
Yeah, she's going, yeah.
Very Topanga.
Yeah, it's so Topanga. And somebody in my family, I'm not going to say who,
Okay.
my brother.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They want to homeschool my nephew.
Uh-huh.
Fine.
Okay.
Fine. But my brother is not educated. His wife, not educated. Love them.
Yeah.
But, like, neither of them are equipped to be homeschool teachers because they don't know shit.
No, I know. I know what you mean.
And my brother now is following the whole And he anti-vax kind of whole thing, you know.
So he doesn't want to send them to school because of the vaccine records and all of that.
He's very much getting red pilled. And I'm like, okay. And I told my mom about this.
What'd she say?
She was like, well, there goes another family down the drain. And I was like,
no, she didn't.
But my mom's a public school teacher.
That's
you know,
so funny.
she's just like, okay, well, that's their choice. I hope they can figure it the fuck out.
No.
You know, and it's something that she's very like, takes very personal because she's a teacher who's like gone through.
What does she teach?
She teaches English.
Okay.
To high school kids.
Okay.
And, you know, she's...
But she's quirky. She's like International Geographics.
She is quirky. And if by quirky you mean a fucking bitch, she is that. She's a good teacher, though. I do know that she's a good teacher. She cares about her students. And that's what makes a good teacher is not like loving your family, but really loving your students.
And that because they're easier to love than your family, probably.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. You have more empathy for your students than you do for your child. But, you know, that's fine.
But some people, it's weird because some people have that also with animals. Like they're
also
like
has that with animals.
They're indifferent to like humans.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, this dying toucan is the thing that makes me feel good. I'm like, you know, feeding a toucan.
Pretty rare.
If I could feed a toucan, things would be a lot different. Is what I'm saying.
Things would be like you'd probably be I'm guessing millionaire. Your tax bracket is millionaire.
Bottle feed a toucan.
We're talking big money.
I don't need love.
You don't need a family.
No, not if I'm bottle feeding a toucan.
No, but my mom was
beautiful, exquisite.
My mom would bottle feed a rat. No. And then see me and be like, go have a granola bar for dinner, you know, and it would be like a rotten one. It'd be like, it's been in the cupboard since like 95.
Does your mom cook?
Yeah, she does.
How was that growing up?
I mean, she was a good cook.
She was?
Yeah. Yeah. And so when she knows that I can't cook and her whole thing is always like, I don't know why I always try to teach you how. And I'm like, well, you didn't. You didn't. Because I remember.
You didn't. Are you in therapy?
You know what's so funny? I'm not because of my health insurance because I'm on Medi-Cal and Medi-Cal's bullshit.
That's fucked up.
But I am going to see one tomorrow who I'm going to have to probably pay out of pocket for. But she's sliding scale, so.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, therapy's interesting.
Are you in it right now?
I go once a month. I was going every week.
Why only once a month?
Because it's expensive.
That's right, yeah.
And then the thing that fucks me up though is the whole month I'm like building like, okay, well when I get to my therapist, I'm gonna tell him this, I'm gonna tell him this, and tell him this, and then I sit down with him and I go, well, that's it. And he goes, that's not it.
Yeah.
And he knows. He like works me. He's like, we're not doing a phone session. You have to come in person.
He's right for that.
Because I try to like.
No, stop trying to get out of the real life. You gotta go make eye contact.
I know, and it hurts because he's 75 years old and he's honest.
Not 75.
He's 75. And let me tell you, when your therapist drops truth bombs at 75.
I mean, you've seen some shit at 75.
And he's got hearing aids. So that's a whole thing because I was like, I'm thinking of freezing my eggs. And he was like, what? And I was like, I'm thinking of freezing my eggs. What? And I'm like, okay, I can't say it a third time. This is like,
and
but
he's like, in my day,
therapist.
that's not what happens.
He's such a good therapist.
Wow.
And I like going there for the Jolly Ranchers because I'm a child inside at heart.
Wow. These are good reasons to
go.
To go, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But sometimes he spits the truth and it hurts. Are you going to a new therapist?
Yeah. My old one doesn't take, she can't take Medi-Cal patients.
Okay.
I don't fucking know. Another thing that you wish that anybody would break down to you when you're in school.
No, I know.
What the fuck is going on with health insurance?
I don't know.
Somebody
but then I meet these comics from Canada and they're like, if I need anything, I just go back to Canada.
And you go, wow, it must be so nice.
Must be so nice.
And you go, if I need anything, I have to kill myself because I can't. Because I can't do it.
Have you been, going to the ER is the scariest experience. There's people bleeding out on the floor. And you're like,
they're like, we can't
I have a sore throat. I don't know if I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah. I know. It's a nightmare.
I know.
It's a nightmare.
An ambulance is
$75,000.
75,000. Isn't it like something crazy like that?
It's crazy.
It's like
it's really crazy.
thousands and thousands, right?
It's like enough to buy a literal fucking toucan with. It's enough to buy a toucan with.
But what do you do if you're like deeply unwell and unable to work? I'm spiraling.
You suffer.
I'm like, I'm thinking of suffering. I don't need to think of
No,
suffering.
but it's true. It's a good question because if that is you, you become the homeless guy who's jacking off in his tent that I walked past 2 days ago.
Oh, I have a homeless guy in a tent across the street from me.
Yeah. Oh, he has a tent now?
He has a tent. He's getting comfy. And he's writing, I would call them verses with crayons on the street.
Yes, he is.
Sometimes it'll be like, Christ said,
okay, yeah. So he's like a man.
Disobey Satan. Like crazy shit.
So
dude.
he's schizophrenic.
Yeah, he's fully schizophrenic. And some days, and you don't know how he's going to be. Some days he'll be like, hi, good afternoon. And then the next day he'll like talking in tongues. Like,
screaming the N-word.
Yeah.
There's one in my neighborhood who keeps screaming. You walk past him and he calls you the N-word with a hard R.
Yeah.
And then he calls you a faggot. And you go, well, thank you. Good morning.
No.
It's so good. It's so nice to know that the healthcare system is also taking care of you.
It's really working.
It's really, God bless this country.
This country scares me.
This country scares the fuck out of me. And it is. It's that thing of like, what do you do if you have mental health problems? You suffer. You literally suffer because it's such a nightmare. It's so hard. And what's so sad too is like,
so I gotta have a smart, ugly child.
You gotta have a smart, ugly child. Yeah. And it's like these people, I'm obviously not gonna say like all of them, but I would guess that a good number of homeless people have suffered some degree of like childhood sexual trauma,
Yes.
Not all, obviously, but
or childhood neglect. Instability.
Something happened. It's like, because a lot of those like mental illnesses come from
trauma,
severe trauma. Yeah. And like the brain trying to protect itself. Makes you think.
It really does make you think.
Ship them all to Canada is what
Ship them all to Canada, all the homeless.
Ship them
Greyhound bus them to Canada, baby.
Yeah, Greyhound bus them.
You get some maple syrup and you get some maple syrup. Yes. That's the only thing I know that's in Canada.
Yeah. What else is in Canada?
That's all I know.
Justin
maple
Bieber.
Syrup.
He's here now, not doing too well.
Doesn't seem like he's doing well.
Not with the whole Diddy shit.
The Diddy shit's crazy.
I do. It's so much. I can't even keep up. I'm like, what's going the fuck on here? What? Wow. All I know is that it's going to turn in probably to some kind of like
Epstein level
shit. All of these celebrities are going to get outed. Maybe
not.
There's some
what
whole
do you
thing with
going
like,
through J-Lo's head right now?
What the fuck happened to her?
J-Lo?
Yeah, what was her deal with all of it?
She was with Diddy for a while.
She dated him?
Yeah, remember?
Then she knows some shit.
Remember she would like wear like white outfits with like a white headband on and Diddy would be with her?
No.
Oh yeah, that's like ingrained in my head.
What year was this?
I don't know. It's the 90s. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
To go from Diddy to Ben Affleck.
You gotta. Ben Affleck is safe.
But is he?
But you know what? I take that back. You're right.
Ben Affleck I'll never vouch unhinged.
He is. Yeah, I'll never vouch for another man ever again because they're all capable of just the most heinous shit. Back to the Menendez brothers. That fucking dad. You kidding me? Nightmare.
He deserved to get killed. Did they kill the mom too?
Yeah.
Have they killed it so far in the series that you're watching? Did
yeah.
They kill him yet?
They killed him in the beginning. It's like, yeah.
At home?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a nightmare.
Are they in Beverly Hills?
They are in San Diego.
Oh.
But this happened in Beverly Hills.
Interesting.
Blew those heads
right off.
Well, the heads stayed on, but the faces were blown
No.
off.
How old were they when they did that?
18 and 21.
Oh, shit.
I know.
They were like adults.
Yeah.
I thought they were younger.
They were getting abused.
When they were younger.
6. Started when they were 6.
Do they show that in the series?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, they don't show it. They don't show it. They like
allude to it. Yeah, no, I'm good on that.
It's really dark. Did you watch the Dahmer show?
No, I can't watch anything murder.
Yeah. I couldn't finish the Dahmer
molestation,
one.
anything like that. Just really no. I've been
it's too
watching
heavy.
No One Wants This.
Okay, I've heard that's good.
It's fucking mindless. It's Seth Cohen from the OC.
Easy.
I love him.
Easy.
It's easy. It makes you feel like you have a friend.
Yeah.
Just a nice Jewish guy looking for love.
Hey. So easy.
Yeah.
So nice.
Like, why would I watch the Brothers when I could just watch?
Because you wanna feel something bad. It's really, I know it's not good. It's not good. I don't watch those things and walk away being like, I feel good.
Yeah, no.
No, it does. It makes you more cynical. And I'm already so cynical to begin with. And then you see shit like that and you're just like, should we just.
And that fucking trips me out. Like, if you have kids, how do you know whose parents you can trust? That's another thing.
And you know, I was listening to something the other day on I think it was NPR, and they were talking about how we are the most distrustful of each other that we've ever been, like in like recorded human history.
But why is that?
Social media, the government, there's no trust in the government. We don't trust each other. You know, it's like, it's the same thing of like people want to homeschool their kids now because they don't trust the education system.
Well, yeah, and then you also don't know if some crazy kid's going to come in with his dad's gun.
Another thing you don't know. It's like, yeah, you don't want your kid to get blown fucking to smithereens in
or
kindergarten.
Even if they don't get blown to smithereens, they have to witness it, and then they're never the same because their friend got shot.
That is a good case for homeschooling. I understand that. Or I'm like, I could see that being
And then when I think of my
reason.
teachers, I had some dumb ones, to be honest.
Oh,
my science teacher was so stupid. She was literally the most stupid woman I've ever met. And she was on her deathbed when she was teaching. She was like, guess what, guys? We're going to do an experiment. Make one up. No guidance.
she needed to be in a home.
No guidance whatsoever.
No.
Wearing a sweatshirt with puppies and kitties on it.
She doesn't know where she is.
No, her double chin's hanging down. She's like, make
yeah,
a marble
her
maze.
gobble.
That's inertia, bitch. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. There are a lot of fucking dumbass teachers
I had
too,
a teacher
dude.
who said in a jam, same teacher, the one who was with the double chin,
Yeah, with the gobble. Yeah.
Same teacher said in an emergency you could baptize someone with orange soda.
Is she wrong?
No, but what kind of emergency?
I was going to say, what kind of emergency? What?
Hurricane's coming.
Yeah.
This kid hasn't been baptized. Give me the orange crush.
School shooter. You guys need to be baptized.
Give me Mountain Dew. That feels even more disrespectful to be baptized with Mountain Dew.
Was it only the orange soda? That
She specifically used orange soda as an example, and it really
what's going on
stayed
there?
with me.
It's giving Appalachia.
Yeah,
I guess that would have been Mountain Dew. It's giving something.
Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew.
It's giving you should have retired in 1492.
You can't tell students that they should be baptizing people with sodas.
You can't do that. God, I'm trying to think now if like I had any really fucked up.
Oh, I had this
bad
one.
teachers.
I had this one. My 6th grade teacher. Let me tell you about this bitch.
What was her name?
Mrs. Hughley.
Yeah, you always remember the names.
She would wear she was a cat lady, but like she would wear like leopard print, tiger print, every type of cat stuff all at once.
Yeah.
Very
mixing.
Yeah, very, what was that fucking show? Tiger King.
Okay, yeah.
Tiger King, and like she would wear all of that stuff, and then she had this ring that would open up and you could like put stuff in it. I think like she said it was her poison ring, and if we got something wrong, she would come and poison us. That's what she would say.
She was a diva.
She was a diva bitch. And she was scary. And she would like torment us. She'd be like, Sara Weinshenk, stand up. Tell me all the names of Snow Wife's drawers.
And you're like, why is this important?
Why is this important?
Could you just actually tell me like what the definition of
a pronoun is?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Can we talk about like what the word fiscal means? Because I'm gonna need to know this later on.
Yeah, no.
National debt, what's that? No? Okay, we're gonna talk about the
teachers are weird, and it feels like you're under their like spell when you're a kid.
Yeah, and they're like low key. Some of them are like low key abusive. I remember I had one. What was her name? Mrs. Firkwen. She was a fucking nasty bitch.
What would she do?
She would do the thing of like humiliating students.
She'd like, stand up.
Yeah, she was horrible.
Read this out loud.
I remember, oh my God, I can't even believe this happened. I would bring spiral notebooks to school and use them as my diaries.
Yeah.
So, they thought I was doing work, but I was really just like journaling.
Yeah.
Because, like, fuck off. I wanted to journal.
Yeah.
I had things to talk about.
Yeah, you have a lot going on up here.
A lot to talk about.
Got to get it out.
We had to get it out.
Yeah.
And I remember I was writing in my journal, and she came up behind me, took it, and if I remember correctly, she took it from me, and I was, like, talking shit about my mom, because I was, like, really mad at my mom.
Uh-huh.
And she called my mom and read her what I had written about her.
No, she didn't.
Yes.
And what'd your mom say?
I honestly don't remember, but I was just like, how can you do that? How can you legitimately do that? That is a nightmare.
What grade was this?
6th. Yeah, that was 6th grade.
My 6th grade teacher too, Mrs. Hughley, she was evil.
Evil.
She would sit at home all day when she wasn't teaching and watch soap operas. She said she couldn't wait for summer so she could watch her soaps in her weird leopard outfits.
These bitches need to retire, but they don't, because once you get so old and you've been like vetted in the system, you make money.
What do you think happens in the teacher lounge? Do you think they cuss in there?
Something disgusting.
Oral. Railing lines.
Yeah, railing lines, doing oral. It's like a human
Oral.
centipede of teachers.
No.
It's funny now because, like, some of my really good friends are teachers. One of my best friends is a teacher now.
That's crazy. Could you imagine being a teacher?
Can you imagine being a teacher? And it's like when you're a kid, especially in like elementary school, middle school, you like think about, you're like, what does my teacher do like outside of this classroom? Like you think that they live underneath the desk.
Yeah.
And it's so funny now having friends who are teachers and they come home after like a long day of work and just fucking rip bongs.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's that.
And grade papers.
Yeah, they like grade papers, rip bongs, and like watch reality TV.
I think it's something empowering about grading a paper. Give me a red pen.
Can you
Let me
imagine?
write some things.
You're sick with power.
You're sick.
You're sick with power. You can devastate
a child.
There's 2 people that become teachers, and it's either ones that want to ridicule children or really lift them up, and that. It was always a gamble of what you were
either
get.
A Mrs. Honey, like the teacher from Matilda, or you get a trench bowl.
You get a trench bowl.
Also, the PE teachers I had were off.
What was always going on there? Child molesters.
Yes.
It was like,
yes.
Mine were either butch lesbians.
Yes.
Who were married to men.
Interesting. Yes.
Or child molesters.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was this guy. He was like a little too flirty with the 8th grade girls.
Enough.
And then he was also like a bagger at Ralph's. He was a bagger and a PE teacher. Also, being a PE teacher is like, you're dumb.
What do you even study to become a PE teacher?
I don't think you study anything. I think you go, you guys want to play kickball?
Yeah. Yeah, like what is that?
Do a lap.
Yeah.
Do you remember having to run?
A mile all the time. We were running miles all the fucking time.
I was always last.
Were you last?
I was always last. And that really affects you day in and day
you
out.
have a slow mile.
You have a slow mile.
Oh, God.
Do you remember they used to do those?
I was ripping on the fucking field, dude.
You were? Do you remember they used to do those things where you have to do like pull-ups?
Yeah.
Like publicly in front of the whole class? I couldn't ever do one.
Nightmare.
I've never been able to do a pull-up.
Wow. I can do a couple.
You can?
Yeah, I can do a couple.
I think I need to work on my upper body strength. But yeah, I remember doing those. It was like public.
Humiliating.
Yeah, don't make me do a pull-up in front of the boys I like.
In front of the boys, and then some kid was always getting pantsed. Like,
yeah.
I remember, oh my God, in there was like the sandbox where all of those things were, like the pull-up things.
Yeah.
It was always in a sandbox. And I remember the kids at recess would always like dig holes in the sandbox. And one of the PE teachers, during class one time was like walking through the sandbox and just fucking ate shit.
No.
In the whole, and as middle schoolers, you're like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And she was livid. She was like, these fucking kids have to stop fucking digging in holes. It's like, watch where you're walking, bitch.
Yeah, I don't know, I had this one teacher in 8th grade, Mrs. Behrens. She smelled delicious.
Wow, you remember her scent?
It was a little too much though. It was like she went to Victoria's Secret and got like the juicy pear. Like there was like a pear scent of Victoria's Secret in the early 2000s that she would be drenched in.
Lotions.
She was a big woman,
Nice.
but she smelled like a savor, like a
She smelled
like a pie, like an apple pie, like sugary and peary. Yeah.
Mrs. Barron's.
And then I had one teacher who used to like suck on cough drops while teaching, and that bothered me because it was like,
yeah, I hate that. You hate that.
it's distracting.
Distracting.
Did you get in trouble a lot?
All the time.
For what?
Well, actually, you know what? I started getting in trouble later on. I was a pretty good kid. I was a pretty good student because I was like very shy and afraid. So I wanted to just like keep my head down and like lay low. But I was so ADHD that I was always doing like little weird things that got me in trouble.
Yeah, like what?
I remember, I think it was in the 3rd grade, I got obsessed with like carving into crayons, and I would just sit there and carve into crayons.
No.
And it started getting into the carpet, and my teacher fucking had a meltdown on me.
What would you carve into the crayons?
Like,
other
I made
crayons?
like a canoe.
No.
Just use
with
a
like
pencil.
scissors or pencils?
Pencil, and you just make like a little crayon canoe.
No.
Yeah, I would just sit there and do that. Just like little things like that. I remember one time I like put a pencil in an empty water bottle and was just like sitting in class shaking it, like not even realizing
that was distracting.
That was distracting, and I was just like doing that, and I got in trouble for that.
Did you get sent to the principal's office ever?
I never got sent to the principal's office. I got in trouble a lot for like drawing. I was always like distracted.
Yeah.
Because I just like wasn't paying attention. I couldn't pay attention.
Did you sleep? In high school, I would sleep. I'd get to class.
I don't remember.
The morning classes, nap time. Pass the fuck out.
How, also, riddle me this. Why the fuck are we making kids
get up at 6 a.m?
to sit in a chair for 7 fucking hours?
Dude, I can't imagine being a teacher because school seemed like an eternity for me. It seemed like a prison sentence.
It was.
Kindergarten through 12th grade. Are you fucking crazy? And then I went to college too. What?
What are you doing?
I have reoccurring nightmares that I'm back there.
Yeah, what are you fucking doing? You can't do that to kids.
You can't.
No. It's a nightmare.
Let us change the healthcare system.
Let us change the system.
I'm Sara Weinshenk, and this is Gabby Lamb, and together we're going to reform the healthcare and public education system. Yeah,
but that is the thing. And again, okay, now we go back to the homeschooling thing. Like, I get it. You want to give your kids like space to roam around, do their thing, blah blah blah. But here's the other thing that I fear with this like homeschool shit. How many of these kids are just being plopped in front of like the TV or iPads? I wouldn't, I mean, I say this not having a child, but like I would not let my kid be an iPad kid. Demons.
No, I mean, you can't. You can't. Even like my boyfriend's kid was like, we were digging a hole, we were at the beach digging in the sand. And
How
he was
old's
like,
the kid?
He's 3.
Oh, he's little.
He was like, I really wish I had my iPad right now, but I can't have it. But I was like, yeah, you can't have it. We're outside. We're digging in a hole. This is fun. Like, yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be so fucking crazy to see how that generation of kids ends up.
I know. And then social media.
Oh, girl.
Think of social media now and then social media in 6th grade.
What the fuck?
The boy you have your crush on is liking some other bitch's thing in 6th grade.
Knowing that like the guy you have a crush on can like go on your Instagram and like screenshot it and like send it to his friends and make fun of you.
I didn't even think of that.
Oh my God. Nightmare. I was listening to a thing on the radio this morning that was talking about, they were like,
the radio, so old-timey of you.
I know, I've mentioned it twice today too. Like, what?
She loves the radio.
Literally, like, am I 80?
Yeah.
They were talking about, I guess like TikTok is being sued right now because they're like, it's too addicting. And like, you know, the kids are like suffering from low self-esteem because it's like, yeah, no fucking shit.
Yeah.
And why are we letting anybody who's under the age of 18 on these apps?
Yeah, it's true.
And now I'm getting in trouble all the time on social media because I want to post pictures of my fucking pussy. And they're like, yeah, you can't. Because kids on this app. It's like, well, don't let the kids be on the fucking apps.
Fuck the kids.
Let the kids go play in the fucking sand.
Yeah.
Let me post my fucking bikini pussy pics.
Yeah. Let me pop my thing.
Let me pop my fucking thing. I don't want to worry about a 12-year-old coming across my Instagram.
Yeah. I know.
What kind of country
are we living in?
Are we living in?
Well, this has been an eye-opening podcast. This
I
is our
got so much
episode.
more to say, dude.
I know. I got you all fired up about the healthcare system, about the educational system.
God.
Where can people find you?
I have fucking Instagram. I'm unshadow banned for once in my fucking life.
How'd you get unshadow banned?
I had to wait 90 motherfucking days.
No.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll give it a week until I'm shadow banned again. I'm always getting in trouble.
Gabby Lammy.
Gabby Lammy. Yeah. And like, TikTok, I guess. You can go find me there if you're on it. If you're whatever.
Go find her. Go follow her. She's the best. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching another episode of Shank. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.